Okay, number 1. It's an Instagram name. A beautiful bee feeding. All right. I relate to Rachel from Friends. Oh yeah. Especially when she sings Baby Got Back just to make Emma laugh. You really do like big butts, don't ya? You beautiful little weirdo. Because we literally do anything to get our babies to smile or asleep. I love that episode because, I mean, it's true. When you get to that point where you just need your baby to sleep, you're going to be pulling all the tricks out of the hat. And I just love that once she starts doing it, then Ross kind of realizes, like, it's just about the singing the song. So I love that episode. I'm a huge Friends fan if you didn't know already. Okay, number 2, Lynn H. I would say Molly Weasley from Harry Potter. Since the beginning, she was always looking out for her kids while acting as a mother figure to Harry as well. I especially love the scenes where Ron and Harry would get into trouble and she would yell at Ron but still think Harry's a perfect angel. Oh my gosh, I can hear that scene in my head where they snuck out to get the flying car or to pick up Harry, and they come back and she starts screaming at them. And then she's like, oh, hello, Harry. And she's like so sweet with him. That's when like the letter shows up at the school. Okay, now I'm like nerding out because I love the Harry Potter movies. Yeah, that's a good one. And she's so motherly and like sweet, but like you said, in the same way where it's someone you trust, but she also like is very strict. You respect her as a mom. So that's a really good one. All right, number 3, Mandy R. This may be controversial, but Snooki from Jersey Shore. Oh my gosh. I grew up watching Jersey Shore and can relate to Snooki's party days, but see on social media now how great and supportive of a mom she is. You can tell how much she loves being a mom. You know what? That's so true because people know of her as this party girl, so they hear Snooki and they laugh, kind of like what I did. But I have seen a lot of her posts and videos now as a mom, and I think it's really sweet and endearing. And she's very honest and vulnerable, which I think we need to see more of because there's so many people that we see kind of become a mom, but we don't see the full transition. We just kind of see them become this mom and they kind of hide, you know, the hard parts or the vulnerable parts. And I think we need to see more of that because a lot of times when people are moved into the motherhood role, we don't really see the hard parts or the parts that they need to be more vulnerable. And so I've noticed this with Snooki is that she does show those parts where she's like, this is really hard, or I'm doing this. And people are mean. People are kind of vicious online. And I think it's a testament to how much we need to be supporting each other. That whether someone is a celebrity or they became famous on a reality show or they're your next door neighbor, they need support in different ways. And so I think you made a really, really good point here because we do kind of see her journey as she evolves as not only a mom, but as a person. So it's a great one. Okay, number 4, Taylor V. I guess this isn't technically a mom, but I can relate to Nani's character in Lilo and Stitch. Growing up, I hope I pronounced that right because I have not seen this movie. No. Growing up, my sister and I didn't really have our parents in our lives. I was the one who took care of her and made sure she had a good upbringing. She was significantly younger than me, which caused me to take on more motherly role. I'm really proud of where we've come and relate to Nani because you can see she has such a love for Lilo, but acts more as a motherly figure rather than a sister. I think that's really sweet. I saw maybe parts of the movie years ago, but I've never seen it from start to finish. So I'm not super familiar with the characters, but I think that's perfect because it doesn't have to be that exact mom on a show. It's a person that you relate to. And I think that sounds so in tune with what you are used to and what you grew up with. So that's a really cool one. Okay, number 5, Hillary H. I love Sandra Bullock's character in The Blind Side. While I've never been in this situation, I would like to think I would help others in any way I can. The way she saw that Michael was struggling and the way she took him in as her own is so inspiring. I try when I can, but I really look up to that character. She is truly a boss mom. That is a great movie. I love that movie, and I thought the same thing while watching it, like, man, how selfless you have to be to bring someone new into your family. And it's not, it's different than, adopting. I mean, it's a form of adoption in some way, but this was teenager. I mean, a grown teenager. And it's based on a true story. And so if you haven't, seen that story too, I would definitely watch the videos that her character is based on, because it's a true story. And I think it's amazing how selfless and, inspiring she really is. So that's really cool. All right, number 6, Mary T. Claire Dunphy from Modern Family. Yes. She's probably one of my favorite moms on TV of all time. She's a perfectionist and a little uptight and can be bossy, which I can relate to, LOL. My husband is also a lot like Phil. Show is more laid back and funny. I love it because it's one of my favorite shows. If you have not watched Modern Family, go back and watch all of them. It's such a honest, funny, and realistic show. There's so many aspects to it. Of course, there's the kooky humor stuff that isn't very realistic, but you gotta have that for TV. But there's so many things in it that's relatable. I think they do a really good job of emulating in it. And the dynamic with Claire and Phil, it's hilarious because she's definitely a little more uptight, and he's just goofy. He's kind of I don't even know, another kid or something, just how goofy he is. But I love the show. I think that's really funny. All right, these are awesome responses. As always, we have a new question, and every single Friday we'll share it on our social media just to get your take on motherhood. And you guys never let us down. These are awesome responses. So thanks everyone for responding, and I will see you next week for a new episode.